Hello and welcome to Caravanning with the Missus. Thanks very much for tuning in, watching, subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, much appreciate it. And don't forget, if you've already subscribed, then don't unsubscribe. Anyway, I hope you're all well and having a good time and enjoying December. It's a bit chilly at the minute, isn't it? Yes, microphone. You can probably see my little microphone here, my makeshift microphone. I've got it there because it's quite noisy in here, so I want to make sure that you can hear me more than the noise. Today's little vlog is an update. I'm going to update you on various bits because people have been asking about various things that we've been getting up to. So I thought I'll let you know where we're at with them. So basically, in summary, what we're going to do is I've got my notes down here. I'm going to tell you about the service I've just had done on the Caravan. We're going to talk about the damp. Yes, the damp in the Caravan, the Haloview, the rear view camera, Caravan camera. And Sadie's arms, give you an update on her arm and general health, and also tell you we'll go over where we're going next. But first of all, I'll tell you where I am. Oh, by the way, it's the second time I've done this vlog. Did it yesterday, but I do find it difficult speaking for about 10 minutes to an inanimate object like the camera. When you don't get any feedback, and I tend to sort of drone on, so I'm going to make it a bit more interesting, yay, by changing the tone of my voice. Wow, that's fun. So yes, where am I? I'm in a place called Hedgehog, which is about 2 miles away from where we live, 40 minutes walk, in Foss Park in Leicester, just off junction 21 of the M1. It's quite good. It's Foss Park, big shopping centre thing, there's lots of shops around here. It's quite nice actually, quite like it here. Quite like the fact that it's walkable as well. So nice and chilled atmosphere in here. I'll just spin you around so you can have a look. So there we go, they're all getting geared up for Christmas. That's where they brew some of their beers, back there as well. We've got some shrubbery there. Oh yeah, most important thing first, what am I drinking? Right, I'm drinking a couple of small batch beers. They're called small batch beers because they only make them in small batches and they only sell them in this particular establishment, which is Hedgehog Meadows. This is also the HQ of Hedgehog as well. Their very important offices are upstairs where they make all those big decisions. And the small batch beers are brewed just here, just sold here, and in small batches. So if you want to try them, you better get a move on because they won't be around for long because they're in small batches. So very nice actually. That's one of them, and that's the other one. That's the smoky one. Both of them got hops, or one of them's got hops that are imported from America, and they smoked the hops or anything. I mean, they put them in a smoking thing and gave them a smoky flavour. And that's actually very nice. That's that one, smoky one. So yeah, I like it. Anyway, Hedgehog Meadows, nice place. Come here every now and then for a nice walk. Anyway, there we go. So keeping it interesting, keeping it going, keep it snappy. Right, where are we on to next, Kev? Looking at my notes, right. The reason I'm doing this now, because Caravan came back from service yesterday. I had it 2 days ago now, from Rydale. I usually get it serviced by my mobile caravan engineer, but this year just didn't turn up, not answering his phone, no sign of him on social media, so I don't know if something's happened to him. But as a result of that, he didn't turn up, so I decided to put the Caravan in at the dealers, which costs £275 including VAT, which is about over £100 more expensive than the mobile guy, and they pretty much covered about the same stuff. He did it quite meticulously, and they did as well. While it was there, asked them to look at the damp. So just to remind you, probably about a year, maybe a couple of years ago, found damp patches underneath the Caravan, not inside it, just underneath it. As you look underneath it, looking upwards, you can see a couple of damp patches. One, the biggest one is near side rear, just under where the shower is actually. So that was damp a few times, but hasn't been damp for a long time. As a result, they haven't found any damp. They've got a jet water pressure hose on it and they couldn't make it damp, and also when they checked it with a damp meter it showed zero damp, well, very little, just normal dampness really, that you'd expect for something that isn't damp. So they couldn't find anything, so as a result they had nothing to report to Bailey, so they couldn't really progress it any further. So he said to me, if I see it getting damp at one point, then I'll take it in, and then it'll still be damp, and then they'll see if they can work on it. But obviously if they can't make it damp themselves, then they don't know where the problem is, so they can't really begin. So I will keep an eye on it. Every time it rains, I'll nip out there and have a look underneath and keep you posted. But that's where we're at the moment. So no further action until I see it again. Got about 3 more years on the damp warranty thing, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, also while the Caravan's being serviced, Rob the electrician there, he fixed a couple of bits for us inside the consumer unit. That's one thing might be worth letting you guys know about. Inside the consumer unit, where all the fuses are and stuff, the main 12-volt fuse, where it goes in, the actual socket was actually a little bit loose. So what Rob did, he unscrewed a load of screws, took a load of screws out, and then just put it back into position, made it nice and tight. I think he just sort of bent the contacts to make it nice and snug again. So didn't charge me any extra for that, and he gave me a couple of fuses, and they also fitted a couple of bulbs, boring stuff like that. So that was good. Anyway, got it serviced. That was its 3rd service ever, so that was good. Glad to have that done. Next update, oh yeah, Haloview rear view camera. Oh, this is going to be a longish one, I think. Some funny goings on there, but hang on a minute, I'll just have a beer. Hang on. Right, where's my microphone? Haloview. So, at the beginning of the year, sort of beginning of summertime, Haloview sent me their camera and they asked me if I'd like to review their rear view camera with blindside detection. I thought, yeah, okay, that sounds useful. I was kind of toying with the thought. Well, I'd always thought something like that would be useful anyway, so I was quite glad for them to send it to me. I thought I'd do a nice review of it. Seemed like a decent bit of kit. Anyway, got it all working, lovely jubbly, just about to start doing the review, and then Haloview got in touch with me, told me to hold fire because they'd run out of stock. So they said it might take up to about 3 months for them to replace their stock. So meanwhile, if I could not do the vlog until they'll let me know. So a few months passed by, most of the summer passed by, and then sent me an email, said right, they're ready to send me the latest version, which has also got updated software. So they've got a load of stock in, but they've also got this new version with updated software. So they sent me a whole new one as well, which is great. So I look at that. The only downside with that is I couldn't get the blindside detection working. And I still can't really. I can calibrate it, because you have to calibrate it. You can calibrate it automatically or manually. I've done both, and when I do both, still the blindside detection doesn't work, which is a real shame, because it's really handy when you're driving along. What it does is, if there's a car passing to the left or the right, the corresponding side of the screen actually lights up in red, and the screen actually goes over your rear view mirror as well. So it's really, really handy. You might have seen it on previous vlogs. Actually, I don't know if or perhaps you might not have. But anyway, it's really, really handy when it's working. So the first version they sent me was working, so I used that for quite a bit. That was really handy. Second version, can't get it working. So I think work in progress as far as that. Hopefully they'll do another software update, which will be a bit easier to use and might get it working again. But they did say for the new version, it's actually designed for to be a little bit higher up than it is on my Caravan. And on my Caravan, it's right up, just at the top, as high as it can go in the Caravan. But that's a little bit lower than what it's designed for now, because I think their main market is in America, big old RVs in America, which is huge, and not so much here. So I think they've sort of like designed it a bit more for them, forgetting about us. But I've told them that mine's just an average Caravan height, so I'd be surprised if anybody can get it to work. But they've told me that I'm the only person having this problem, apparently. Having said that, I've looked on YouTube and there don't seem to be any UK reviews of it, and certainly no reviews of the latest version. So yeah, a bit curious there, but work in progress. I'll keep you updated on that one. So that's Haloview. The other thing with the service I forgot to mention is they adjusted the Caravan door, the famous Caravan door in the Bailey Discovery D44. I think the whole D4 series, in fact, lots of Caravans probably. The bathroom door stuck. But they fixed that. I think they just sort of like moved the frame a bit, because there's a bit bigger gap around the frame on the right hand side where the door latch goes in to the frame. there's a bigger gap all the way around the door now, so I think they've pushed the whole thing back. So anyway, that's beautiful, done a lovely job there. Now just quickly, a update on Sadie's arm, or health in general actually. If you remember at the beginning of the year, we were quite concerned about her heart, because when we went to Corfu, she had problems sort of breathing, going up hills and things. And a bit of a scare, we thought, oh no, it could, the doctor said might be calcium deposits, could be all sorts of calcium deposits. Quite worrying actually, because they can quite easily shift and give her a heart attack or a thingy bob, you know, what's that fast thing, brain thing, stroke. They can quite easily give you stroke. So good news is apparently she's had more tests done and she hasn't got calcium deposits, so that's something. But there is something wrong with the heart area, so she's still having that looked into and stuff. Bad news is, of course, she broke her arm a couple of months ago now, as you might have seen in our previous update. It still really hurts. It's no longer in its sling. She's doing, she's got therapy now. She's doing sort of exercises and stuff to get the muscles moving. But it really hurts. She's on mega painkillers, not getting much sleep at night. And of course, if she doesn't sleep, I don't sleep much. So we spend a lot of time, you know, getting on each other's nerves. So that's all a bit not great. It is getting a little bit better, bit by bit. Hopefully she'll be well enough for when we go away in a couple of weeks' time. So that's Sadie's arm and general health. And because her heart's not looking as bad as we thought, we've gone and booked our holiday in San Stefanos in Corfu in the summer. So looking forward to that. Anyway, and oh yeah, I don't know. Viewers to my other channel, Kev Bob Stir, might have seen me put some vlogs up with a little hedgehog that we've found in our garden, which is nice. Young little hedgehog. It was nice anyway. I used to watch him using the rear view camera, because I've got two now, so I used to watch him with the old one. I used to put the camera out there and the screen inside and watch him. But unfortunately, we didn't see him for a couple of days, so scooped him up out of his nest. He looked like he was asleep, or, well, one or the other. So took him to the hospital, and unfortunately, he passed away. So that's very unfortunate, so a bit sad about that. Which sort of like rounds off a bit of a crap year as far as we're concerned. As you probably know, Eric, the Whippet, died nearly just at the beginning of the year. Oddly enough, it's nearly exactly a year since I came here with him on his very last walk. We walked here nearly exactly a year ago, and that was his very last walk that we did as well. So that's happened at the beginning of the year, and then what with Sadie breaking her arm sort of halfway through the year, and then the hedgehog at the end of the year. And all the rest of that. So it's been a terrible year for us. So we can just hopefully next year we'll put a slate under it, end it. You know, we'll draw a line under it, and hopefully begin a new year, holidaying and having a great time next year. And finally, ooh, yes. So where are we up to next? Well, we're off to, in a couple of weeks' time, 23rd of December, we're going to Kendal in the Lake District to Spittal Caravan Park. That's an independent site. That's really cheap actually. Both of them are really cheap. That's about £22 a night, fully serviced, so with water and electric, and over Christmas. So looking forward to that. We're spending about a week there, and then we're going straight from there to Crowmarsh Gifford near Oxford, one of our favourite sites, just next to Wallingford. That's an independent site, and that's about £18 a night. Including electric, so really good. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather's good enough for us to go there, so looking forward to that. That'll be great. And Sadie's sister Sue, she's coming away to the Oxford site for a couple of nights as well, so that'll be different than somebody else in the caravan. So it's now the next day. I was just going to put this vlog together, and I thought I'd take a photograph of the damp patch underneath the caravan, just so you can see what it looks like. I've just done that, and I've just put a photograph up here. You can see on the left-hand side, there's a couple of areas where it actually looks damp. There's a big area to the right that looks damp. That isn't. That's just grease. That's permanently like that. But then on the other side, there's two like triangular areas that look damp. So while taking photographs, put me very cheap moisture meter on it, and it did actually register. It registered about 21. So not super damp, but then outside of those areas, it was about 14. It was 14 everywhere else, but 21 as soon as I put it onto those areas. So that to me doesn't seem right. So I'm going to phone up the dealer, Rydale, tomorrow and see what they say. So yeah, I think as far as the dam's concerned, it's a case of watch this space. Thank you very much, and we'll get back to the original vlog. Yeah, so now you're fully updated. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I do hope you have a great Christmas and a great New Year, and we'll catch up with you in the new year, and you'll be able to see the vlogs of what we were getting up to over Christmas and the New Year indeed. So have a good time, everybody, keep well, and laters taters.